Beloved ones, I am here to speak to you today about forgiveness, release, and transformation, and what it means to shift your heart in relation to this and to bring into your life real freedom. Your experience has been, for most of you, that you continue to cycle through your issues. You have periods where you are in your heart, and then you find yourself confronted with a button that someone pushed, or something that has caught you and brought you face to face with yourself, as you call it. Then you once again engage and call to me to assist in transformation of things that keep you stuck or repeating old patterns. All of you have created astounding change, and you have transformed so much of your old and limited perceptions of the world. But you are standing on the cusp now of a leap into full awakening, into the reality of the truth of your heart, the reality of love. So what I say to you this day is that forgiveness, release, transformation, all of them come from a place of assuming that you are a person with the need to forgive someone, the need to release those things that have happened to you, the need to bring to me those heart beliefs that have kept you in limitation. On the cusp of freedom, where you stand today, the shift in which you are engaged is the shift to a different reality, the reality of love, which brings to you as experience the truth that there is only God. That which you have named the world is only a misperception, a decision made in error that one moment in which you shift your heart can be totally corrected. The truth is what you already know. You cannot solve a problem from the level of the problem. In fact, in truth, there is nothing to forgive. For all that you have experienced is based on the supposition that you are somehow a separate being, that there is other than love, that you can somehow be a victim, that the world outside of you can affect you, hurt you, can somehow make you see things in a way that is unloving, and can bring to you feelings that are less than the true experience of the open heart of God. I am here to tell you, the true forgiveness only comes when you look upon the one that you believe you must forgive, and recognize that there is only God. This can only occur when you shift to your heart perception and ask your heart to show you what that person is. Ask your heart to give you the open heart perception of what truly is your life and why you are in the world. And suddenly you are aware of a glorious upliftment, and you feel as if the angels are singing songs of joy around you. Your heart is totally clear, for you are standing in the only moment that ever truly exists, and you see there is no past. There is no extrapolation of you and them of separation. There is only the true dominion of the one love I am, the vehicle of which is your heart. Suddenly the being who stands before you is simply a reflection of your mistaken belief that you are other than love. The father who abused you, the parents who didn't love you, the spouse who didn't stay, the good that didn't come is revealed to be a smokescreen that the ego mind created, ever attempting to convince you that duality is real, and that you are a limited person with something to forgive. Now, I know, dear ones, that this is a leap beyond what some of you believe you stand. For you perceive this life is real to you yet, and you believe that you have been hurt and that something must be done to address it. But I promise you this, the moment that your heart is more real to you than the world, the moment that I am present rather than the dream of separation, in that single moment, the whole unfolding of the heart's belief that you are somehow vulnerable and that you cannot be loved disappears, because your heart will prove to you beyond any possible doubt that only love is real. The moment you experience this, even if it is so brief your mind can barely acknowledge it, in that moment your world turns on its axis, and that which has been the reversal of love is righted and becomes the truth. And you have staked your claim to freedom. It may then seem through the realm of time that there is a process of breaking free, but if you will simply come back to the truth of forgiveness, the truth of release and transformation, that it always must come through the heart will show you reality. That which lives in the mind as the story of your personal life, that too can be forgiven, released, transformed in me the moment you shift to your heart and know that love is more real in the world. I am not telling you that you must stay there in that place of heart perception, that you must live the truth of the heart in every moment of your life. I am telling you that every moment that you can make this shift, in that moment the truth of the heart lays its claim on you and freedom begins to take hold. In that moment, dear ones, you have, as Jeshua said, overcome the world. You have acknowledged that the world is a story of the ego mind that has tried to convince you that you are a beleaguered human being, a victim of the world. In truth, you are the heart of God I am. You are limitless love and nothing can hold you. You are the heart through which the dream of duality is forgiven, released, and transformed. Therefore, I now ask of you to make the decision to be free, to hold in your heart, like the pearl in an oyster, every moment of that shift, every moment that you experience the truth of love, even if it then seems to fade from you. In that moment, your world is righted, and in that moment, you are in alignment with me. In that moment, your world shifts on its axis, and thus you understand the predictions. Everything that you thought was real is revealed to be just a dream. The reality of love is an experience, palpable, limitless in its scope, and so powerful that even it seems like a blink of an eye in duration. It comes as the magnetic power of the moment of creation itself. It activates your heart and brings a new perspective in which forgiveness comes easily, because anything but love is not real to you. And the heart reveals at last that the story that has sucked you in is ready to be released. You heard the call of love, or you would not be listening to this now. Freedom comes in the now when nothing else but love is real. In the endless now moment, we are ever in communion, a communion in which you receive from me my love for you. The power of your heart and the gift of heart perception. You recognize the spark of the moment of creation itself, alive as the truth of your real heart would burst into joy and celebration. The expression of creation held in your twin flames consciousness and expressed through your open heart to all that is. This gives you a new perspective of what you really are and what it was that Jesus meant when he said, I have overcome the world. He meant exactly this, that he could stand in his heart's perception and see the world that love creates without the mesmerism of the ego mind resistance to the glorious truth of love. He could stand before those who representative of the false power of the ego and see through his heart that they were only love. Only love is what the heart shows you. Only love is the reality of God. And the heart of God is what you are. So it is not that the world must disappear for you, or that you must forget your experience. You chose them, dear ones, carefully as an avenue of service. What it means is the shift from the ego mind to the heart, and the recognition that the heart sees right through the world to the truth of love, and acknowledges the truth of what is standing there and what it means for you. Then, dear ones, the heart will show the mind love purpose in your experience. It will show you the powerful gift in what you have chosen to live through, because what you lived through were symbols of what humanity has gone through, what people have believed as the truth. As you lift above the vibrational resonance of duality, then all that the heart shows you will bring that gift to others and make the recognition of love and only love fully real to you. Then you can say, as Jeshua did, I am in the world but not of it. You are living the heart's reality. So what then is forgiveness, this word that you have heard so much, that you have pondered and chosen and prayed about? What is transformation? It is standing before the image or images that you have believed, images that have created boundaries for you, have created issues and old heart beliefs, and looking through the single eye of love, which is your open heart, dear ones. You acknowledge the truth that there is only love where you once thought there was destruction, or abuse, or abandonment, or whatever the storyline. It is to look through the eyes of the heart, and as the heart of God, to love the world, meaning your experience, so much that you bring it home with you. acknowledging through the realm of divine feeling that you are God giving love to everything the ego presents. And thus have you accomplished true forgiveness. True forgiveness cannot be done by an ego. Please listen, dear ones. True forgiveness cannot be done by a person. True forgiveness is not the jurisdiction of the human. Forgiveness is the jurisdiction of God. It is only when you can recognize yourself as being one with me, as being the heart of God I am, that you can love the ego mind free, and love, dear ones, its story that it got you to believe. The story of a life or many lives in which you perceived as outside of you could in some way affect you or hurt you or make you believe that you were other than the heart of God I am. Nothing is farther from the truth. There is nothing outside of love. There is nothing outside my heart, which is you, dear ones. It is you. So all that you experienced has been the reversal, that momentary decision to believe that something other than love was real to you. The moment you make this shift, making your heart the vehicle through which you experience and you choose the reality of love, then you are acting the truth. You are standing forth as God. Your world is righted at last, and then you have jurisdiction for forgiveness. Forgiveness only comes from God, and forgiveness is only the truth that everything that is not love is not supported by the divine, is not supported, dear ones, by me, is not part of the moment of creation. It is only a moment's dream, a misperception of an energy. The moment that misperception is at last corrected, then the reality of love shows you that you are free. There is nothing outside of your heart and nothing to transform. In this instant, 1,000,000 lives come rushing to the center. The heart that has believed it was 1,000,000 egos is suddenly aware in full, omnidimensional communion with the whole of love I am. Therefore, everything this heart sees is given the divine fiat of naming the truth. This is what it means in the Bible when it says that you are given dominion over the world and everything in it, dear ones. That dominion is the dominion of God, the truth of the heart of the One, the truth of what is your real nature. The truth of this heart that you are is heart's perception, which shows you one reality, not two, dear ones. It shows you the holographic nature of love in all its fullness, rich in its expression and ever-increasing, full of magnificent splendor, of the enconsciousment of grace that rushes forth to celebrate this endlessly increasing experience of boundless life. It is full to overflowing with the colors of beauty, certainly enough to fulfill and entertain you, as well as to give you purpose as you play in the cosmos and rejoice in the glory and wonder of the one self-awareness, the awareness of God. Once this is experienced, the ego's world can be seen for what it is, such a pale pretender attempting to usurp your attention, dear ones. All of it comes from one moment of misperception that you can now correct by claiming your true nature and standing forth as the heart of love and nothing else. I bring to you, my beloved ones, the experience of all that you are. I am joyously awaiting my ability to show you, which comes in the only moment that God is, that I am this moment, right here, right now. So rather than continuing that cycle of transforming those things that the ego has convinced you are very real limitations, rather than placing your energy on the stories of your life, give me your heart, dear ones, and let the axis shift. Let that which has been reversed be right in my presence. Be filled with this richness and with this endless love that we share in all dimension, fulfilling every possibility of the communion of the one with the heart in the center of everything that is real. Each moment we are united in the mystery, beloved ones, of one life indivisible and the gift of our relationship, the gift of the awakened heart of God I am. This is the truth of the now, the moment of creation, that the heart of all I am is recognizing itself. In this recognition you become aware, you become the fiat of God I am as love. You become the fully aware center of cosmos, increasing this gift of love as I reach forth and increase, and all that I become fully aware, awaken to the ever-expanding experience of this glory and this love. You are at the center of my self-awareness. Therefore, you are coming awake as the heart of God. Now, when you have this rightly, then the shift to the heart is complete, and you, beloved ones, are the vehicle through which I love and give. Amen.